This week on Hooligan Nation, KISS album covers. What's great, what sucks, and what's forgettable. Plus news, music we're listening to, and the Hooligan Nation weekly poll. All coming up. Stay tuned, cause you got...
Nothing to lose.
Oh, hell yeah. Say it again.
Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. You're damn right.
You got
Nothing to lose.
got nothing.
You wanted the best. Well, they retired. So you got two dudes in a garage.
Talking KISS.
Welcome to the Hooligan Nation, a KISS-Centric podcast, the podcast where the riffs are loud, but our opinions are louder. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Rocco.
Yes, you are. What's up, hooligans?
How you doing, hooligans?
We've been working hard here at the Hooligan Nation podcast, and this week we wanted to change directions and have a little fun. So this week we discuss KISS album covers. And if you make it to the end, we give you our top 5 KISS album covers. But before that, we have news, music we're listening to, and of course, our weekly poll. But first, episode number 61, KISS Conquer Sports, Helmets, Hype, and Legendary Games. Father Rocco.
Yeah, I think I can sum it up in a quick little thing here. Like, not many bands have the experience like they did in Cadillac, Michigan.
I've never heard of another band.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's another unique part of this band's history, which makes them, again, my favorite band. And that's why it's never been close for me about what band's my favorite band. There's always other layers to this band that no other band has ever experienced or done or set the bar on.
Yeah, I think it's pretty amazing, and I say that all the time when it comes to KISS because I'm a fanboy, I guess, but hockey, the Olympics, the Super Bowl, NASCAR, they own their own arena football team. They've
gone on all the rides.
That's Gene.
There's a lot of you can take that any way you like on that one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
There's nothing that Gene wouldn't market, and there's nothing that Gene wouldn't hop in bed with. So,
but not even market. Like they kind of fell into the Cadillac, Michigan thing, right? That didn't really not something that was planned on their radar. But I mean, they took advantage of whatever opportunities they had to continue adding to their brand.
I believe that Cadillac, Michigan came from the genius mind of Bill Aucoin.
Mm-hmm.
The assistant football coach sent a letter to KISS. And I think that Bill Aucoin looked at that letter and said, there's something here.
But
there's something here.
Right. I mean, could you see, this is not a knock on the band I'm going to mention, but could you see them doing that with like Led Zeppelin?
No.
Because KISS was characters. They had the show, like it. Again, I've already kind of made my statement, but I mean, it's another layer of where KISS set the bar and was on a league of their own.
Yeah, and I think every KISS fan should be happy about that, except for Roger Waters, who doesn't like that.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a punchline on the podcast for quite a while.
News. Got any news?
Yeah, I got something I think you'll find interesting if you don't know about it. It deals with one of your favorite bands.
I know about everythell
Okay. Well, this was on Loudwire on October 13th from Rob Carroll. Yeah, go figure, Loudwire. Dave Ellefson reveals Megadeth album that changed Dimebag Darrell's life. We went out, drank hard, a good time, and Dimebag, who was known as Diamond Darrell at the time, after drinking all night, comes up to me and he looks at me dead in the face and in the eyes and he goes, "David, I just want to tell you, that Peace Sells album changed my life." And I just kind of shrugged it off like, "Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it." I just thought it was interesting. And obviously, I'm a Dimebag Darrell fan also. So I just thought it was cool. And plus, I know you love Megadeth. Dave Ellison's you're a big fan of Dave Ellison. And I figured you'd find that interesting. If you didn't know.
I am both of those things. And it's funny that that's where you are my Ed McMahon. because I was on Loudwire in the last couple days doing the same thing that I'm guessing you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that headline, and for whatever reason, and I can't answer why I do or don't do things, I skipped over it and didn't read it. And now, see, I don't have to read it because I have a father, Rocco.
Yeah, and there's more to it. It's a pretty good article, actually.
Well, why don't you write me up a little report on it and send it over?
I gave you the basics. It's good.
All right, cool. We'll just move on then
Okay.
from the basics. Okay, I got a couple things. I can't remember at the moment. Oh, I can. Forget it. Slash has a new interview in Guitar World magazine where he's asked once again for the 4 millionth time, is there going to be a new Guns N' Roses album? And his response is, it's coming. Nothing specific. And if I was a huge Guns N' Roses fan,
You are.
I wouldn't get your hopes up. Because God knows how long did Chinese democracy take. But I think Slash has put out 4 solo albums. And Duff has put out 2 solo albums since they both got back in Guns N' Roses. So I don't know if Slash is blowing smoke, or he's hopeful, or he's telling the truth, but
It,
you know.
it definitely makes you feel like at certain points, certain albums are made, and it's just magic. Because them being able to go and recreate another Appetite for Destruction, not a chance in hell.
No.
I'm just saying, because they are all so temperamental and so much. It's amazing how they were able to just be together enough to make that incredible album.
It is very funny to me how fans are, and by fans I mean us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean I include us. But I want a new Guns N' Roses album in the worst way. And I honestly can't tell you why. Because I know what I'm going to do, and I know what the majority of the other Guns N' Roses fans are going to do, and they're going to judge that against Appetite and say this is terrible. I don't want to hear this live. I that. I mean, I've spoken about this before. The last time I saw Metallica for the 72 Seasons tour, I am a huge fan and was very, very, very pleasantly surprised with 72 Seasons. But I'm standing in Giant Stadium with 85,000 other Metallica fans. And I watched probably 30,000 of those people, when a 72 Season song come on, decide, well, this is my time to go to the bathroom. This is my time to go to get a beer. This is my time to go get a hot dog. But we want it. We want it until we get it. And then we want to negatively judge the shit out of it.
Right.
Look, we talked about this on the Wednesday bonus episode. We're going to do that with Peter Criss.
Mm-hmm.
There's a... now, if Peter Criss puts out a very good hard rock album, we will not do that. And because there's so little of very good Peter Criss solo music.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to a band like Guns N' Roses, we're beating the drum. We want this. We want this. And you got to wonder to yourself, does the band say, why the hell should we do this? We ain't going to make no money off of it. And all the fans are going to talk shit about it after we put it out.
Guns N' Roses is a very interesting subject because they come out with a legendary album and basically shake the rock world and turn the rock world on its head. And then you get everybody hooked and you can't wait for the next thing to come out. And Axl gets eccentric and they make it like all like different and weird. And like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like they completely went away from how beautiful that album was.
Unlike you, I like Use Your Illusion.
There's
I
some good
also,
songs. To
I
me, there's some good
also,
songs, but it's far from being anywhere complete.
no, but there are very few complete albums to me. Appetite's one of them, but there are very few. I like a lot of songs off of Use Your Illusion, Lies. I like that. And for that matter, there's, I don't know, 3 or 4 songs off of Chinese Democracy that I like also. Um, so, look, I know what I'm going to do. As soon as, if it came out, as soon as it comes out, I'm going to judge against Appetite just like everybody else I think is. And that's unfortunate. Next thing I have, which is very much similar to the first thing, is JJ French came out somewhere, and no, I don't remember where it was, and said Twisted Sister is considering recording one new song. Dee Snider wrote it and presented it to the band. The new song would accompany their reunion tour. In Twisted Sister's case, well, I think one song is a good idea. I don't think they need to put out a whole new album. I do think, and this is the double-edged sword for poor Twisted Sister and for the other bands. If you put out a new song and everybody goes crazy over it, they're now going to want an entire album, and you have to choose, do you want to give it to them or not? And the other thing, which I don't think a lot of fans think about, is are they going to make any money off of it? Like,
Right. I mean,
that's,
you gotta realize too, like our music, it hit its peak, and it's a different world now. So in a way, Twisted Sister would be making that new song for, not the pop culture right now. So like, I don't know, the investment would be worth it to do a whole album.
I have a great idea. A great idea. And you're the antithesis of this idea. Come on, man. That's probably the biggest word I've used on this podcast in 13 months,
Yeah, you said it pretty good too.
right? I
Yeah,
did.
that was pretty good.
I've,
That's why I was kind of like pausing for a minute there. I'm like, he actually rolled the tongue. He got that whole thing out.
yeah, I did. One take. One take, no editing. I'm
Yeah, no
good.
editing on that. It's pretty good. There was a point to that though.
There was.
You don't remember though.
Do you want to know my idea?
Sure.
Maybe Twisted Sister should join up with Bad Bunny and come out with a Super Bowl song. Twisted Sister and Bad Bunny.
Oh gosh.
Wouldn't that be great? Dee Snider with Bad Bunny hopping around the stage.
I already got plans for the Super Bowl halftime show this year. When it's
Is
time
it?
for that, I'm taking a nap.
And finally, the new Ozzy Osbourne documentary on Paramount Plus has come out. And I'm going to be completely, totally 100% honest. I laughed, I cried, and I laughed again. It is 100% worth the 2 hour investment. It is primarily Ozzy and Sharon and their interaction. It does give a lot. Actually, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to watch it a second time. There's a lot of information that you get from it about back to the beginning, about other things, about his health was atrocious, dude.
Yeah.
It was so bad. So bad. Things that I did not know. I mean, maybe it was out
Was
there, maybe other people knew it, but
I'm gonna watch it too, but I don't know this. Was he diagnosed with Parkinson's before or after the accident?
no, I believe he was diagnosed with Parkinson's before, but everything that happened to him kind of sped the Parkinson's up. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of things. Dude had pneumonia. sepsis. He was a mess. It was as little as I think 2 weeks before the show, and there was talk of I can't do this. And all of and this is probably the biggest thing of it is if you're any kind of Ozzy Osbourne fan, you know that he has 3 children, but you only know of 2 of them because the third one is Amy, and she has nothing to do with anything. I believe Ozzy has 5 kids total, but I
Oh wow,
believe
I didn't know that.
2 of them is from a first marriage, and I've never seen or heard of either one of them. But of the 3 children that he has with Sharon, you only see Jack and Kelly. But they interview all 3 kids. Um, it's just a very good. It's just a very good documentary altogether. Hearing Amy, after being an Ozzy fan for 40 years and knowing
How old is she?
she's probably maybe 40, 42. I
Okay.
believe all 3 of them kids are like separated by 2 years.
Okay.
So I think it goes Jack, Kelly, and Amy, and I think it's 38, 40, and 42, but I could be off.
Okay.
Either way, right now I can't remember the exact title of the documentary because it's out in different countries and it has different titles. I apologize, but it's on Paramount Plus, and you can go watch it there on Paramount Plus. Music we're listening to, you got anything?
Yeah, I got 2 things.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
One is I think I covered it a little bit last week, but for the last couple weeks, I've been listening to Spreading the Disease like crazy. Anthrax, Spreading the Disease. And we talk about complete albums. I may have even covered this in our last episode, but this is a pretty damn complete album for a band like Anthrax that I wouldn't expect. Like, I like Anthrax a lot, but I would expect a couple stinkers on the album. Not stinkers, but you know what I mean, like nondescript songs that you like forgettable ones. There's not a lot of forgettable songs on Spreading the Disease. It is such a good album, and as a matter of fact, I'll be working on Armed and Dangerous with a couple friends of mine and learn that song. I love that
Oh,
album.
really?
Yeah, I love that album. And the other one, you may be a little surprised, and I may say the name wrong, but I really love the one song that I listened to, and I started listening to another one, Paramore. Still into you, really good, great voice. And only exception are the first 2 that I heard, but it's made me want to dive deeper in them. Paramore, they're really good. And I like it for the vocal and the tone of the music.
You want to hear something funny?
Sure.
Hooligans, you want to hear something funny? Oh, I heard all of them say yes.
They
All
said
the
yes.
millions and millions of hooligans out there, they all said yes at the same time. I didn't even know who Paramore was until the video game Rock Band came out. And that's one of the songs that you that the game kind of forces you to
Nice.
master to get through the game. And I can't remember what the song was, but I like the song. And as I've said before, I am a master Rock Band guitar player.
Yeah,
Give
I
me
heard
buttons
that.
instead of strings, and boy, I can kill it. My music that I'm listening to is I just pulled one out of nowhere this week.
Is it Spando Ballet?
It is not Shy Shy. Eye to eye. I don't even know if I got the right band,
I
but
think you might have actually. That's impressive.
I was singing for you all. I'm listening to The Warning. They are an all-female Mexican hard rock trio of sisters.
Interesting.
And of course, Eddie Trunk interviewed them on Monday, and that's where I got it from. And I'm listening to their interview, and it was a good interview. They're young. I think they're young. It was a good interview, and I was like, oh, I got to check this out. And I was like, wow, this is really good. This is really good. So anybody that doesn't know, check out The Warning. They got like 22, it's over 22 million downloads of the song that I sent you, which is
It's good. I only heard a little bit of it, but I'm going back to it definitely.
the song I sell. The song I sent you is "Hell You Call a Dream." They did say in the interview that they are working on a new album currently, and they got a couple albums out. Keep Me Fed 2024, Error 2022, Queen of the Murder Scene 2018, and XXI Century Blood in 2017. I haven't listened to all of them, but I did listen to two songs, and the two songs were Hell You Call a Dream and Hurt. Now, do you know what time it is?
Pole time.
And do you know what that means?
That means you're gonna start dancing around a pole.
That means you have to start dancing. I am gonna dance. That's a lot of dancing you're doing there.
Thank you.
Our weekly polls can be found on our community tab on YouTube and on our Facebook group, the Hooligan Nation Podcast, the Hooligan Nation, a KISS-Centric podcast. So if you're not a member of our Facebook group, slide over there, hit the join button, and we will approve you. And trust me, your world will open up so much more once you become a member of our Facebook group.
Did you say Hooligan Nation's on Facebook too?
I did, yes.
Holy cow, I gotta check that out.
That's good. That's good. That brain tumor of yours must be pushing on side of your brain.
That was number 20. That was 27.
Oh, is that what it was? The question of the week was, oh, it's such a good question. What's your favorite lineup of Frehley's Comet / Ace Frehley? Your choices. The 1987 lineup of Ace Frehley, John Regan, Todd Howarth, and Anton Fig. The 1988 lineup of Ace Frehley, John Regan, Todd Howarth, and Jamie Oldicker. Or the 1989 lineup of Ace Frehley, John Regan, Richie Scarlett, and Anton Fig. Father Rocco.
Hey, did I give you one of these?
I'm pretty sure you didn't, but thank you for giving me one, because my day would not be complete without it. What say you?
Well, I would think that you voted for the same thing. I can't pick a lineup that has Ace Frehley without having Richie Scarlett in it too. So the last one you had with Richie Scarlett, John Regan, Anton Fig, and Ace Frehley.
What do you think the Hooligans said?
I would think the same thing, actually. I would think the same thing.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something that I usually forget to do. There was a few comments for this, and if I remember correctly, which is 50-50 at best, I'm going to read some comments from this one because I believe some of them were kind of interesting. First comment is from KJ Nodwell. I didn't fully appreciate the talent of Todd Howarth until I re-listened to the first Comet album decades later. That being said, I love the style and attitude that Richie brought. This one is very hard for me. I can agree with that, and I think most hooligans can agree with that also. Second comment comes from Pamplemousse. I love Richie, but Todd was needed. The talent for commercial writing mixed with Ace's rock and roll, great combination. I agree with that, actually.
Yeah, really nice comment there.
Truly, the first Comet record is the best solo record Ace did other than 78. I will also agree with that.
I can agree with that.
And I think
I like Richie Scarlett with them too.
I think that's very much the great equalizer in this poll, is I think a lot of people like me, and I'll be honest, I voted for the Richie Scarlett lineup, but it was difficult to do, and the reason why it was difficult is because the first Comet album was just so good with Todd Howarth that it was hard to vote against it, but I stuck to my guns and I voted against it. So, would you like to know what the Hooligans voted for?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'll start at the bottom. just for you.
Okay.
Coming in with 4%, Ace Frehley, John Regan, Todd Howarth, and Jamie Oldiger. Not a shock. Coming in with 46%, Ace Frehley, John Regan, Todd Howarth, and Anton Fig. And coming in at 50%, Ace Frehley, John Regan, Richie Scarlett, and Anton Fig. It was close.
It's just Richie Scarlett's the X Factor, man.
Richie Scarlett is the X Factor. But Pamplemousse brought up but actually I shouldn't say it. Both Pamplemousse and KJ Nodwell brought up very good facts of why it's that close. Richie Scarlett and Ace are very much the same. Ace and Todd Howarth are very much different. So it brought a different dynamic. But another good poll. Thank you, hooligans out there, for voting. We every week when we do this, we say the same thing. There's a new poll up. Slide over there. And please vote on the new poll. No, I don't remember what it is because by the time this goes out, it's 10 days ago. So I would be giving you the wrong information. But please vote. It's your right, and it's also your responsibility to support what you believe, especially here at the Hooligan Nation.
Thanks again for the comments, too, guys.
Battleborn is a collaborative effort among like-minded individuals and organizations intent on repairing and restoring people who have served our country. We do this by delivering a unique level of support and guidance to those servicemen and women who have emotional and psychological wounds. We provide support directly and indirectly in collaboration with others in our community who value those who have served this nation and its communities. For more information, go to wearebattleborn.com. Father Rocco, are you prepared?
I think so. I'm ready to roll.
Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Well, you're so short that sometimes I think you might be standing up. Once again, because Father Rocco wants it this way, we're going to start out from the beginning. We will start out with the 1974 self-titled debut, which was designed by Robert Lockhart, and a photo was taken by Joel Brodsky. Now, let's talk about this, will you?
Mm-hmm.
First question, what do you think of the album cover?
Well, for starters, I got two of these on vinyl. I got two of them.
Do you?
Yeah. To be honest with you, I mean, this has definitely been covered a lot. I kind of like Ace's hair silver, even if he had a hard time getting it out. I like it. I like the silver hair. Gene, you can see Gene's makeup and Paul. Well, Gene's makeup is pretty much I think the closest one to what it eventually evolved to.
That's an interesting take. I don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can see it just connected down lower after that. But and then you got, to be honest with you, I don't like Peter's makeup, but he definitely looks, he looks completely like a cat, like there. And with the red coming down, I mean, it's definitely not as good as it became. But you could definitely see their youth even through the makeup. You could see the younger features there. You can definitely tell, and look how you can see with the KISS sign there. Yeah, you can see the makeup got a lot better. But I do like Ace's hair silver there. I always have.
The artistic end of it, I kind of do like the change, the little glow in the back. I agree with you. Ace's silver hair was interesting. I don't like Gene's makeup. It's an earlier version, and it gets bigger. So I like that. Peter's makeup is atrocious to me. I believe that
it does look like a cat, though. He definitely looks like a cat there.
It's just atrocious to me. I've always thought it was atrocious. I think the makeup's atrocious. I think his hair is atrocious. And the only thing I can say about Paul is it's the pre-diet Paul. That's how it looks in the photo.
And
I
correct me if I'm wrong. I think because I know if
You're
I am right,
wrong.
if I'm right about this, I know we covered this before, but Peter's the only one that didn't do his own makeup in that, right?
Well, that's the way the story goes, is that Peter had makeup people do his makeup, and I believe it's been called a tribal lion makeup. I, I think it was a 1 day only makeup, thank God. I am not a big fan of this album cover. I don't like it
The only thing that,
personally.
like I said, the only thing I like about it, I like Ace's hair, and I do like that you can see their infancy. You can look at their facial features and the structure of their face, and if you really look at it, you can see that they're young there.
Yes, you definitely can see that they're young. Next up, Hotter Than Hell, also 1974, designed by John Van Hammersveld. Photo was taken by Norman Seeff. The idea was a Japanese pulp poster influence with kanji and collage, deliberately gritty print to match the raw sound. One of the most imitated layouts in Kiss merch.
If I'm being honest, I've never liked this cover.
No, I
To
don't
me,
either.
to me, it's the best way I could say it. It comes out like a faded version of them. It's not. It doesn't pop. And I think the way that it's framed, it just doesn't hit me right. I don't. It The only one actually that looks good in the picture to me is Ace. Yeah, but Ace
No.
Ace kind of looks like the spaceman there. To me, the lighting is not good on Gene's face.
I think if there was something positive I was going to say about this, well, there would be two positive things to say about this. The first one would be they were way ahead of their time doing what they attempt to do here. If you made that album cover today, you could make it look really good with technology.
I agree with that.
And the other thing, which I have no idea whether this is what they're going for, but Kiss became very, very popular in Japan.
Mm.
And with that, I can understand why they became that popular. And I was waiting for the right time to bring this up. So I'm going to bring this up in the beginning for anybody that hasn't heard this yet. There is a bunch of interviews out there with Dennis Wallach, who will come up in the next couple albums. I think the first one he comes up on is Destroyer. Dennis Wallach worked for the advertising company, and I'm not going to get big into this. The advertising company, Howard Marks Advertising, and Dennis Wallach speaks at length in all of these interviews about it. And the most amazing thing that he says just blew my mind is that most of the time, the band did not name the album, number one, and they were working on the album covers before the records were even done. Now, I have said this 1,000 times. I don't know anything about the music business other than what I watch and read. I always would have believed that the band records the new record and then gets together and titles it and then sends it to artists. And then maybe they come up with, I don't know, 3 to 5 concepts, and then the band picks the concept or changes it a little, or this whole process. And according to Dennis Wallach and according to the interviews that I've heard from him, that's not really the way things went. Sometimes these guys in the art department actually named the record, And sometimes, I mean, the band has to approve, and it had to go up the chain of command. It would go to Howard Marks, and then it would go to Bill Aucoin, and then it would go to the band, and they would approve it. But I would think that it would have been kind of opposite, and it would gone from top down, and it would be a complete album. And according to Dennis Wallach, it very rarely, if ever, happened with studio albums. That's mind blowing when
Yeah.
you look at the visuals of some of these album covers and you compare them with the music, like Destroyer, like Love Gun. They match so very well, and it it's all luck, or it's in our mind, because like he was asked point blank in at least 2 interviews, do you guys listen to the album before you start the artwork? No, they're working on the album at the time. So you look at an album cover like Destroyer, and it fits. I don't know why it fits, but it fits. You look at an album cover like Creatures of the Night, and again, it fits. And it seems to me like it fits out of complete dumb luck. Next up, Dress to Kill, 1975, photo by Bob Gruen. For anybody that doesn't know this, the photo was shot at 8th Ave and 23rd Street in Manhattan. The band members are all wearing suits. If you really pay attention to the photo, the suits are not their suits. They are all Bill Aucoin suits because they didn't have suits because they were broke. It's another one that is pretty amazing to me. It's considered a visual gag. Men in makeup in business attire.
I told you, it's like for me, it's always been one of my favorite album covers because I love the concept. To me,
Yeah, I think it's great.
yeah, to me, it's taken advantage of the spectacle of their anonymity, wearing suits. I just think it was a great concept, and the
It,
album's
it
good too. I like the album a lot too.
it's just funny, like Gene's wearing clogs, and his pants are about 4 or 5 inches short.
Hmm.
Actually, it looks like the only one that fits in the suit properly is Peter because he's
Hmm.
the shortest one in the band. Great album cover, in my opinion. And next up is the legend Kiss Destroyer. Of course, probably one of the most famous album covers. It was painted by Ken Kelly and then designed by Dennis Wallach. The idea was an epic fantasy defined by the superhero. Originally, and there is another version of this that's out there. Originally it was darker, more art toned down, and the 2012 Resurrected was restored to Ken Kelly's intent, which is the darker version of it. This to me is where the Kiss superhero thing comes from.
You
Like,
know, and there's the thing that like the most common thing I hear is how larger than life this cover is. Like Johnny Five even said that he didn't think they were real. He saw them when he was little in a store, and like that the picture was what kind of like got him into like starting. And I've heard that from more than one person. Like this was definitely one, probably the one of my. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely right up there.
do you think this is the most famous
Yeah,
album cover?
yeah, I think hands down.
Because I do. It
Yeah,
is not my favorite either, but I think it is the most famous.
I think it's extremely cool. Like, me not saying it's me saying it's not my favorite doesn't take away from the fact that I think it's such a cool. It is a really cool cover.
It's great, and anything Ken Kelly did with Kiss over the years was amazing. I mean, he was an amazing artist when it came to Kiss, in my opinion. Next up, oh boy, Rock and Roll Over. The artwork and the lettering was done by Michael Durrett. It's a rotating Mandela insignia with no photography. Probably one of the record designs that works best all the way around for different kinds of merch. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know that I've seen more merch for any other album cover, whether it be stickers or
Comic
patches.
books. I think comic books came from this too.
Yeah, everything like that. This is not one of my favorite. I just
We
said this
disagree on that one, but
recently.
yeah, yeah.
I don't like it's too cartoonish. I think I think it's too cartoonish for me, but it is a very legendary album cover.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, I've said it many times on the podcast that I had this shirt and it faded. I wore it so much it faded. That it's definitely something that I've always liked. It's one of my tops. I like the buzzsaw blade. I kind of like how Ace has like the X-ray vision and a Gene with the tongue, and then yeah, I actually where you got to kind of like go against like in the cartoon effect with it. I kind of like it.
I think what I dislike the most is the color scheme. I think that I don't know why, but it's just not one of my favorites. That's all. That doesn't mean anything.
Hmm.
I'm wrong more than I'm right.
Well, it's just an opinion thing. It doesn't even that's not even about right or wrong.
Next up, The Mighty Love Gun, 1977. Another painting by Ken Kelly, another designed by Dennis Wallach. And let me just say, this, in my opinion, might be their best work together ever. It's a temple stage scene, chorus line imagery. The album included a die cut cardboard Love Gun insert. Inner sleeve art expands to the theatrical world. You may go first. Because
Again, it's another one. It's kind of to me, it's like another continuation from Destroyer, right? Same artist. I like the color scheme. I like the theme of people like viewing the band and them like larger than life on it. It's definitely one of my tops. I've always liked it. I actually like Gene's pose probably the best out of it. Gene and Ace, how they're both on the edges and they're both like kind of like majestic the way that they're posing.
I think that's why, I mean, there's a couple things I like. They said this earlier about Destroyer. It's darker than Destroyer, which I like. I like the smoke. I like the stance of all four guys. They look bigger, more superhero like to me. And you gotta love, they're not people down there. They're all women,
Yeah.
scantily clad in makeup. The idea of it and the idea that you're selling to your fans, I think that this is right up there at the top.
But there's definitely the theme you can see like they're building up the cover itself is building them up as larger than life as characters and you could definitely see they're definitely the theme is building them up larger than life characters.
The 1978 solo albums, the artwork was done by Araldo Caragatti, and the design work was done again by Dennis Wallach. Painted portrait format, unified all four solo albums. Each one of them had a cover. I'm sorry.
Color.
Each one of them had a color. Gene was red orange. Ace was blue. Paul was purple, and Peter Criss was green.
I've always liked them. I mean, and the statement I'll make is in some cases, depending on which solo album it is, the cover is what was the best thing of the album.
Yeah, and to me, all four of those solo albums are timeless pieces of artwork.
Mhm.
The marketing and promotion for the solo albums, even though things didn't turn out the way they wanted to, was fantastic. Four of the same portraits done by the same artist, designed by the same designer, Kiss in the one corner, and then the name of the band member in the other one. These are up there for
I,
me also as one cohesive unit.
yeah, you know what? The other thing about it too that I really like is, again, back to the color. I like how it kind of silhouettes it.
Hmm.
They didn't, and they made it a simplistic thing, but again, when you look at it, it's art. It's definitely a work of art.
And it's funny because if you look at, and I did this in the last couple of days, if you look at a lot of album covers from that time, I don't know of anybody else that was going to that extent in stuff like album covers. Usually you saw album cover, the band was on it, and then the name of the band was there, and that was it. Kiss, Bill Aucoin, Howard Marks, Dennis Wallach, the artist, they were all going above and beyond what everybody else was doing. Next up, your album,
Dynasty.
Dynasty, 1979. Photo by Francesco Scavullo. Nice Italian boy. Design, now it says Howard Marks Advertising, but I do believe it was Dennis Wallach. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's my favorite album. As far as covers go, it's kind of middle of the road. It's simplistic. It's got a picture of four faces. Um, Peter's makeup is at his best in that picture.
Absolutely.
Ace's makeup, like the makeup is done really, really sharp and it pops. But again, there's not really a lot to say about it, right? It's basically a pose of four faces with really good makeup that pops. There's not a lot of theatrics, not a lot of showing a theme there. I don't dislike it. I love the album, obviously, but as far as the cover go, it's definitely not my top cover.
No. But I do think well, number one, there's an interesting story that comes with this that I've heard. The first cover for Dynasty was a picture zoomed out more with all four of them in straitjackets. And I believe it was the record company balked at that and said that that sent the wrong message and didn't want that. But that picture is out there if anybody hasn't seen it and they're interested in it. And the other thing is, I think both Peter and Ace's makeup is absolutely 100 times better when Ace puts the blue eyeshadow on and Peter puts the green on. Next up, Unmasked, 1980. The art was done by Victor Staben and the design was done by Dennis Wallach. It's a comic strip. Cover ends with the foe unmasked. Blah, 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 blah. We all know they didn't unmask, and we all should also know that Peter Criss has nothing to do with this album. Father Rocco, your opinions?
Again, the album itself has definitely grown on me over the years, but it's still kind of like a middle of the road album with mostly middle of the road songs, and I would put this cover in the same kind of vein. I like comic books and I like the theme. To me, it's too messy. I've never to me it's always been too cluttered. And I mean, again, you're avid. I'm not an avid comic book guy, so maybe they would have a different opinion, and maybe that's like just the way that it. It's never been one of my favorites.
I'm not an avid comic book guy at all. I have always loved this cover. I don't think it's a great cover, but I've always loved it, and I have no idea why. I do remember getting this album at, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 years old, and actually believing that they were unmasking. And I remember reading all these little comic strips, like trying to figure out where they were going to be unmasked. But I was a little kid and I was probably stupid. Well, actually, not much has changed. But I do think it's an important cover in history, and I do like the idea behind it, naming the album Unmasked and all of that. I mean, that's how you get buzz.
That's actually I'm glad you brought it up because the title of the album is something I've always liked. I always liked the title Unmasked, especially for a band like Kiss. I thought that the title was actually really smart.
You have to think. I mean, in 1980, I was 6. I don't think I even saw this album until like at least 1982. But I have to think, and we have hooligans out there that are older than us.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know what the thoughts were from the hooligans when they walked in the record store as, like, let's say a 15-year-old in 1980 and saw that. Did they actually, because we all have to remember, no social media, no internet, news was not easily out there, especially about a rock band like Kiss. Did they walk in, and was part of the reason why they bought the record because they thought the band was unmasked, and they thought maybe the picture of the band without makeup would be on the inside of the record or something? That's what I.
Did you ever, I don't know. I'm asking if you ever got, because you do a lot of deep dives on stuff. Did they ever say that that was the marketing strategy? Like they were trying to get people to bait it in to think they were unmasking?
I've never heard that. I've never heard that at all.
Definitely makes you
Actually,
curious.
I don't know that it's ever been brought up specifically to Dennis Wallach.
Interesting.
And I don't know if Dennis Wallach is still alive or anything, but I would love to ask that question because that's a very good question, Father Rocco. Good job.
Thank you.
Give yourself a pretzel nugget.
I don't have them today. I'm disappointed. I got grapes today though.
You know what I have for you?
What?
I have music from The Elder 1981. Photo and concept from David M. Spindell. It's a minimalist door knocker, still life, and they put in here with Paul's hand. Probably the biggest question that anybody can ask and will never get the same answer twice is, whose hand is it? Is it Paul's? Did Paul hurt his hand? Is it I love this, a hand model? I didn't even know there were such things as a hand model.
The only reason I know is
know.
there was a Seinfeld episode.
Hooligans,
With
do you
this
think that I
hand
could be a
model.
hand model?
I saw a Seinfeld episode with that.
Anyway, one other thing. This album cover, I think, gets killed by most Kiss fans. And what I found interesting was I found an interview somewhere, and I want to think that it was Dennis Wallach, but I don't remember exactly. That the reason why it is the way it is because it was not supposed to be a Kiss record. It was supposed to be a soundtrack to the Elder movie that never got made. And if you think of it that way, the cover still sucks, but it's a little more interesting. And if you think back into your memory bank, the back of it is a long table, and there are no pictures of the band anywhere on this album.
To me, it's actually one of my tops. I'm in the intrigue. Whose hand is it? If he knocks, who's going to open the door? It stirs so much shit up to like what could possibly be behind the door.
If he knocks, who's gonna open the door? Oh my God, Donna Summer. Gene called me
Donna
the other
Summer?
day and said Donna Summer was gonna open the door.
Hooligans, I'm just trying to make you laugh. Nondescript.
Oh, oh, that's great. Let me move on before I come up with 3,000 jokes about it. Next up, Creatures of the Night, 1982. Photo by Bernard Vidal. Art direction by Dennis Wallach. This is one of the tops. Blue lit faces with glowing eyes. Let's do the original cover first. Tell me what you think.
I absolutely love it. I've always loved it. I love the lighting. I love the way that their eyes are popping on the cover. The music backs up the cover. Yeah, I can't say enough about it. I like everything about it.
Yeah, I think as far as merchandising goes, this could be second or third to Destroyer. This is an epic epic album cover.
Yeah, the
This
lighting is great.
the simplicity of it,
Right.
but how it sort of connects to the 1974 debut, but improves upon it. And so if you look between the 1974 debut, Dynasty, and Creatures of the Night, they're all in the same family. And I personally think that Creatures of the Night version is the best version.
And
You know,
there's
go ahead.
another I'm sorry, another aspect about it too that I've never talked about, but for the new Fox character, it looks like it fits like a glove on the cover.
Oh, we cannot. Oh my God. You almost let me do this.
No, you got to go to the other Creatures album title
Oh,
cover. I was
here's
ready.
the most amazing thing. Creatures of the Night has two album covers. I'm pretty sure that most Kiss fans know this. But did you ever think Creatures of the Night has two album covers and both guitar players on each of the album covers never played a lick on the album? How, how how does
Yeah,
that make sense?
yeah, it's
Who
crazy.
came up with that? I can understand they were trying to keep it a secret that Ace was out of the band in 1982, but when you redo it and reissue it in 1985, why do you put Bruce Kulick on it? Like, it doesn't make any sense at all to me. Next up, an epic album cover for what it stood for and what was going on in the band. Lick It Up 1983, photo done by Bernard Vidal, first official non-makeup cover, MTV era, minimal layout, keeps focus on the reveal, landmark visual shift for the brand. Absolutely, positively. And it looks like Gene took his little son, little Vinny, to work day.
Yeah, Vinny's the only thing that doesn't fit in that picture. But yeah, I like the album cover. Um, and Vinny's hair is fantastic in that picture
Yeah, do you know why?
because it's fake.
That's why. And that's such a funny story to me to hear how Vinny refused to wear a wig after that. But I got to tell you, the wig looks good. It
Yeah, it looked
looked.
like it fit him.
uh, I, from what I hear, Vinny's wearing a wig these days anyway. But so's probably everybody
Sorry,
else.
most of them. But I mean, the album cover itself, I've always liked it. And honestly, it's sentimental too, right? Because we were really starting to get into Kiss then. Like that was like when it was really popping, and that album represents an awful lot for our beginning of our Kissdom.
Yeah, and I think the photographer probably has to get a lot of credit for this. If you look at this album, other than the Kiss insignia in the corner, this does not look like Kiss at all, especially to a kid, let's say.
Right.
But when you have Gene Simmons stick that tongue out, all of a sudden
Yeah.
you understand that what the difference or what the similarities are in the fact that it's the same brand. Next one, we're going to be quick about this one, unless you want to take a long time. Animalized 1984, designed by Howard Marks Advertising. Back cover concept was by Paul Stanley, which I thought was interesting. Patchwork animal prints, no band on the front. If you flip the album over, the band is in the band is pictured in the back. And what was the name of that movie? It for me, it seems like a Mad Max kind of picture of the band on the back. I like leopard print. Yes, I'm very guilty of that. I don't know why, but I'm not crazy about the animalized cover.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the I mean it's middle of the road for me. It's not a cover. I always like when I see the band on the front. When you take the band away from the front, it takes something away from me. So and the leopard the print itself, like I like leopard print too. It's pretty cool, but I don't like you got three different styles on the. To me, it looks sloppy to me.
Next up, Asylum 1985, designed by Howard Marks Advertising, photos by Bernard Vidal, neon paint slashes over tight portraits, 1985 glam, louder color blocking from Animalize, often echoed in tour ads. I am not a big fan of this album cover, and it's simply because, yes, it was 1985. Yes, neon was in. No, I don't like it. I don't like, I mean, I'll give them credit. They put different color lipstick on each member.
That's what I like. That's what I like about it.
Kind of cool, but I don't like the fact that and this is stupid maybe, but they cut out part of Eric Carr's face. That's sloppy to me. Like,
No, it could definitely be better. Be done better. Like the concept's not too bad, but it definitely could have been done a little bit better.
Anybody that was alive and can remember 1985 knows this fits the time period, but unfortunately it does not fit any other time period.
It cuts out his chin too. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not. It could be done better. The album, the music in it is great, but album cover could have been better.
Next up, Crazy Nights 1987, cover photo Walter Wick, sleek geometric composition by the I Spy photo legend. Okay. Chrome triangle motif, which was echoed on tour. I'm indifferent
Yeah,
about this.
I'm exactly the same. I don't really have an opinion on it.
I'm indifferent. It's okay. It's not great. It's what it is.
What about that tells you Crazy Nights?
Nothing. But we talked about that earlier. They were swinging blind pretty much. It sounds like on most album covers. So again, it fits the era. Next up, Hot in the Shade 1989, art direction by Michael Bays, designed by Mitchell Canner and Scott Townsend. The Sphinx with sunglasses, no band photo. It says billboard friendly simplicity. I don't see why that would be billboard friendly, but hey, whatever. Yeah,
It's weird.
Stupid, weird. I don't like it. I do love, and have been on record saying, I do love the fact that they took the idea of this
stage show
and made it in the stage show. Next up, Revenge 1992, art direction, U-Sign, photography, William Hames, industrial slab with embossed logo, Grim. I'm a huge fan.
You know what? It's funny because I'm going against what I normally would go for. This, in a weird way, I don't like that the band's not shown, but at the same time, this is showing you what you got behind it. To me, this epitomizes what the album is like. It fits. To me, it just fits.
Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe what look like bullet holes. The whole thing, this was the tougher, meaner, more hard rocking Kiss. And to me, it fits the music.
There's only one thing wrong with it.
Incredibly perfect. What's that?
If you look close at Revenge, it's spelled Rienge.
I see the V.
It looks more like a Y than a V, but I like the cover. I'm just saying.
Yeah, okay. It might look like a Y. I never picked up on that. Another good job.
It could also be a wishbone.
Oh, and next up, Carnival of Souls 1997, photo by William Hames.
It fits. It fits what they were going for. It's grunge. It fits that look. I like how Bruce has a beard. I mean, it fits the grunge look that they were going for. Except for Paul's white jacket. For grunge, it should have been dark.
So my big issue with this at this point is it just looks like somebody grabbed a Polaroid camera, shot a picture in the studio, and said, yeah, this is it. This is just completely Kiss's throwaway album.
Right, but I'm going to make a point. The thing that they always said, and when Gene, it's funny because one of the things that Gene always would make comments about is, oh, they just wear, we never go just on stage and wear jeans and a flannel shirt or something like that, right? But that's
Mhm.
the theme. That's the style. That's the look. That's kind of the epitome of. It's almost kind of like an oxymoron for what the time was. That's how they put the stamp on for grunge. That's what the grunge look was. But
Yeah.
it is kind of against what Gene always would preach.
Yeah, well, Gene preached that until he didn't preach that. Just like, well, yeah, there you go. I mean, look, we're not like every other band. We're not going to walk out there in jeans and t-shirts on tour. We do this, we do that. Oh, we're going to go to Vegas. We're going to walk out there with jeans and t-shirt, no makeup, no stage show, no nothing. Didn't you say for like 50 years that that's what made you different? Oh, now it doesn't suit you anymore, so you say something different.
Right.
Next up, Psycho Circus 1998, designed by T42 Design, Tom German, photo by Glenn La Furman. It's a 3D pop-up artwork. I personally love it, but I like Psycho Circus
I
also.
love everything about the song, the title, the video, the album cover.
Oh,
Yeah, it's one of my tops.
yeah, I like it. I like the whole concept of it. I think it's
And
incredibly cool.
if you look real close, I absolutely love Gene's look there. That may be one of his best demon poses ever.
You got to think, and this is kind of off subject, but Gene had to be so happy. Oh my God, I'm back in the makeup. I get to be the demon. This is so easy as compared to the prior 10, 13 years of having to try to find an identity. Next up, big gap, big gap. Sonic Boom 2009. Illustration by Michael Durrett. You might have heard that name before. And the design by T42 Design. Echoes rock and roll over with a concentric shatter. I don't know what a concentric shatter is. Paul Stanley guided the color and the border choices. Rare return by a 70s Kiss cover artist. This is the same artist that did Rock and Roll Over. And I think I like this cover more than I like Rock and Roll Over. And I also give credit for whoever decided, hey, let us bring a 70s album cover artist back. And I actually like it. I'm not
I
a big fan of the album, but I like the cover.
Yeah, I like Rock and Roll Over's cover better. Obviously, you've heard me say it before, but I like it. And to me, the term Sonic Boom, it kind of fits the cover. Like when I'm thinking of the titles of the albums, I also want to see that the theme of the album cover fits. And to me, it kind of fits what Sonic Boom, like it doesn't go against what the theme is.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, a lot of these albums are artistic gold.
Yeah.
Like how they did that, and again, if you hear how they went about it, like you're an artist, design us an album cover. What's the name of the album? I don't know. Come up with it. Well, can I listen to the album? Nah, it isn't complete yet. So you want me to do? I wouldn't even know where to begin. Next up, in our final one for the studio albums, Monster 2012, designed by Tom German of T42 Design, photos by Brian Lowe and Russell Lee, aggressive close crop band shot. Somebody, yeah, they took the font from, I believe, the Monster energy drink, and that's where they got the Monster font from, which I
Really?
find interesting. I do like the band photo. I kind of like everything about this album cover, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's not going to hit my top 5 by any means, but it's a good job.
I like when you see bands have with a picture on the front of the album interacting and looking like a rock band. So to me, that's where it sells it for me.
Father Rocco, we have now gone through all of the studio album covers. Do you have a top 5?
My number five is Love Gun.
Oh, look at you.
Number 4 is Rock and Roll Over.
Mm-hmm.
Number three is Preacher. Number 2 is Psycho Circus, and number 1 is Destroyer.
My top 5 Kiss album covers. Number 5, Psycho Circus. Number 4, the solo albums. Number 3, Creatures of the Night. Number 2, Destroyer. Number 1, The Mighty Love Gun.
Right, there's no shocker there.
Love Gun wins at everything. Love Gun, Love Gun, Love Gun. Father Rocco,
Yes.
do you have anything you'd like to add to wrap this puppy up?
No, it's just again, their album covers, whether you like them, whether you hate them, they stand the test of time. They're legendary. Even Unmasked, the covers that I don't like are still legendary. Again, for a legendary band.
You got to ask yourself, what other band could do two idiots like us do an entire podcast on? I don't know of any.
You know what? And it even adds layers because they're interesting characters that do crazy shit and piss you off and make, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many layers to this band, man. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, I say this often because it's the truth. I thoroughly enjoyed researching this. I thoroughly enjoyed looking through all the artwork of it, and I thoroughly enjoyed recording this episode. It was a nice change of pace for you and I.
yeah, I mean, honestly, when you mentioned it, I was like, oh, that should be fun.
If you're listening to us on any of the podcast platforms, please leave us a review. And if you just found us, check out our past episodes. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel and you like this episode, please consider hitting the like button, just like that guy, and leaving us a comment. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes, and check out these episodes right here. As always, if you made it this far, thank you for supporting us, and don't forget, we should all lead with love and take care of each other. Peace out, Hooligan Nation.